I solicited the client's agreement, and she was pretty clear, that even though she was experiencing feelings of being lonely, and she felt kind of drawn, because that's always been her pattern, to go back to the relationship, she doesn't want to do that anymore. And so although she showed some reluctance to kind of starting something new, I asked her a scaling question. I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you in wanting to kind of try this new thing of developing other social relationships? And she said a 7, which is pretty
quite emphatically too.
Exactly.
I'll try anything.
That's right. That's right. And so I think that's one of the ways that to make this technique more successful.
When you see that enthusiasm, I mean, because I'm thinking, in some ways, a 7 is an arbitrary number, right? Your 7 could be my 5.
Sure.
But she's also pairing that with some emotion behind it.
Yes.
Is that a green light that to carry forward, and this is going to work?
I think that's a great question. And as kind of a newer therapist in the field, I would have said yes.
Right.
But I think it's enthusiasm to begin the process. It doesn't necessarily mean the client will follow through, or it doesn't necessarily mean they'll be successful on their first attempt. And all of that is okay. And in some ways, good counselors will sort of normalize that. So although I kind of will always support my client's enthusiasm, I recognize that change is a process. And there are many kind of bumps on the journey of change.
I noticed in that clip too, you spent a fair amount of time with her in terms of what she wanted to stop, making her really aware that you do want to stop this, right? That even though there's some resistance and the reasons why you might maintain this behavior, she came in wanting to stop this, right? And she has a pattern she knows that she can jump into, and she wants to really change that pattern.
Yes.
And then when that was kind of established, then you jumped in and kind of began to say, okay, now what could we do differently?
Yes.
It looked like you kind of suggested a new idea for her.
I did suggest a new idea, even though I think it's important as counselors that it's okay to suggest things, but you also can't be that tied to the suggestion.
Right, okay.
Because if, she wasn't favorable to doing it, or let's say she tried it and she said, this just isn't me, then as a counselor, I should collaborate with her to find something else. So I do think every once in a while it is okay to make a suggestion. For example, in the role play, I actually suggested meetup groups. And the client said, hey, maybe I could call some old friends. And I thought, great. So she actually came up with her own suggestion, which is even better.